Hello everyone, Kermit the Frog here. Today we are going to be doing a volumes within volumes problem. So it's like box Inception. If you don't know Inception, it's a movie. Dreams within dreams is very complicated. It's not an actual mathematical term. Anyways, here is your problem. It says how many individual Sour Patch Kids boxes, so how many of those little movie theater individual boxes for one person, how many of those can fit into the big box that gets sent to the movie theater? So when the movie theater wants to sell candy, they got to get it from the actual candy company, right? So the candy company sends it in these big old boxes because they don't want just one Sour Patch Kid. They got a lot of customers to serve. So they get a bunch of them all at once. You need to figure out how many of these little boxes are going to fit into the big one. Now they have to fit in perfectly, and they actually do this. They stuff them in perfectly so no space is wasted. The reason they do that is because that way they can send a bunch of candy all at once because none of that space is wasted. And it actually saves them money because they're not driving as much. Anyways, let's go ahead and take a look at this one here. It is 2 inches high, 4 inches long, and 6 inches wide. The box we're putting it in is 12 inches high, 12 inches long, and 8 inches wide. Now, if we start by putting the box laying down the way it is now, and we filled it in, let's say we put it in this little corner here at the very beginning, it's not going to work very well. Here's why. The long width here is 6 inches, right? This is 4 inches, and this is 2 inches. Well, if we put this lying down flat in this corner here, it's only going to go 6 inches. But it's 8 inches deep. The reason that's a problem is that means there's 2 inches there, which means we can't lay down another box flat past that. It doesn't take up the amount of space perfectly like it needs to, which means we probably need to rotate that box to look like it's in a different orientation or it's sitting differently. How do you think we could place this box if you kind of imagine it? Well, what about standing it up on its side? Something like this, where it has this long 6-inch side going up, and then we have the 4 inches here, and then the shortest side, the 2 inches going back this time. Would that work? How do we check? Well, the way we can check is we're going to look at the same dimensions over here, and we're going to see if these numbers are divisible. That means they perfectly fit in to these dimensions. We have 6 inches as our height here now. Does 6 go into 12 perfectly? Yeah, it does. It goes in how many times? 2 times. So that means I'll draw the big box over here, and I'm going to label it in units of boxes this time. That way, I don't crowd up my original drawing and get it mixed up with different ways of counting. Okay, so if this is 6 inches high and 6 goes into 12 2 times, that means our boxes are going to fit in 2 times. So I'm going to put 2 boxes high. So it's going to kind of split in half right there with all the boxes. Let's take a look at the length here now. It's 4 inches. Our length in our big box here is 12 inches. So how many boxes can we line up on the side? Should be 3, right? 4 goes into 12 3 times. So now we can start to see our boxes fill in there. So this is going to be 3 boxes long. Okay. Then we just got to figure out, okay, how many boxes deep are we going to be able to fit in there if it goes back 2 inches for the width? Well, the big box is 8 inches wide, and 2 fits into 8 4 times. So this is going to be 4 boxes. Should we say deep? Let's do wide, just since formula for a rectangular prism or box we think of as length times width times height. So that means, oh man, I wonder if I can draw this well. 3, 4. There we go. So then our final full box is going to look something like, oh geez, something like that, okay? Do you see how they're kind of stacked up with the big rectangle facing towards us? So it would be like Sour Patch. Sour Patch. Anyways, we got the numbers. Whoops, I can't spell. Anyways, you get the idea. So, if it is 2 boxes high and it is 3 boxes long and it is 4 boxes wide, how many boxes are we fitting in total? How would you figure that out? Well, I think it's easiest just to find the ones in the bottom half. If there's 3 boxes long and 4 boxes wide, I know there's 12 boxes in the bottom half. And if there's 12 boxes in the bottom half, and we know we stacked them 2 boxes high, then we just add another 12 boxes up there. 12 boxes plus 12 boxes equals 24 boxes. Well, we kind of did the volume formula here. Is there another way we could do this using the volume formula for both of these boxes, both the big one and the little individual one? I think so. We could probably find the volume of the big box, the volume of the small box, and since those are always going to be the same, we can see how many of them fit into the big box, or another way of saying that mathematically is like the volume of the big box divided by the volume of the small box. Let's do the volume of the big box. There we go. Big volume is going to be, well, we have a height of 12 inches. We have a width of 12 inches, and we have a, wait, did I say length or width? Doesn't matter. 12 times 12 times 8. Okay, we're going to multiply all the dimensions together. 12 times 12 times 8. Well, I know 12 times 12 is going to be 144. Times 8 is going to be 1,152. I'm multiplying inches as my unit. It's cubed because I multiplied 3 different measurements. So it's cubic, plus it's also volume. The small volume, the volume of our box here, or our box here, whichever one you want to look at, is going to be 6 inches times 4 inches times 2 inches, which equals 48 cubic inches. The last step we need to do is we want to take our big volume and divide by our little volume. We should get the same answer as when we kind of drew a picture and thought about how it would fit in perfectly. 1,152 divided by 48 equals, let's see, hopefully it's right, otherwise this video is going to be a big flop. I got 24, hopefully you did too. 24 boxes, 24 boxes. All right. I think that's going to do it for volumes within volumes, so I'm going to go take off and meet Miss Piggy and the other Muppets, okay? Kermit the Frog out. Bye-bye.